Dragons, I am back to start my third amazing readathon vlog, and we have a lot going on this week. So we just finished Face Off. I wound up reading 4 books and I'm very happy with what I read. We are still at the end of leg 4, which means the problem for this leg was read a holiday book, which I did. I read Zoom with the View, and I'm also about to start my 100th book of the year, which is really exciting. I do not know what I want to read. I do have a lot of power-up options, so I am going to roll for a sightseeing book and just kind of see what I get, but I am going to roll twice. Well, I'm going to roll once and try to pick a book. And again, as a reminder, I am on Team Pandorica, so my 2 bonus prompts is read a book that's been on your TBR longer than a year, and read a book that has black or white author name on it. So we're going to see where we wound up. I'm going to roll for 1 prompt and then just see what it is. Okay, so this is 5. Oh dear. Okay. And we can go either way. So let me just see where we're at. Okay, if I go one way, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Read a book with an endearing side character. Okay. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or read a book with a boat on the cover. Okay. Well, when I think of endearing side characters, I always think of cozy mysteries. So read a book with an endearing side character. Okay. Side character that's endearing. Well, I'm not really gonna know that until I guess I could read. All right, let me think about that. A book with an endearing side character. Okay. Okay. Let me see where I want to go with that. I mean, I could do a lot of different things. All right. Let me see where we're at, and then I'll kind of come back and we'll chit chat. Okay, I think I'm gonna read A Murder at the Mansion by Ellie Alexander. This is the 3rd book in her Secret Bookcase mystery series, because it does have like a lot of side characters that you have learned about them for like a few books. So I think I'm gonna read that. And then for my audiobook, I think I'm gonna pick up my Percy Jackson. I think it's Wrath of the Triple Goddess. I will attach a photo of that book here. The books I'm going to start with. Now, I think this is going to be a very short leg, so I was trying to pick up something short. I may have to switch it before the end of the day, but that is what I'm going to start with. I am also going to read on my Kobo today. I have a lot of options, but I don't want to use a prompt that I could just read whatever I want, because I may need that later, especially because I know I'm traveling the last series of prompts when I go to Chicago, so I may need a bit more freedom in my listening back then, so I may just save it and see if a leg prompt works better. Okay, I'm gonna go read for 25% and then I'll check it back in with you guys. Bye, book friends. Dragons, I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up reading the first 28 pages in Percy Jackson, Wrath of the Triple Goddess. I'm so happy I'm finally able to listen to this book. I tried to listen to this book like 9 times and nothing was capturing my attention. So I'm happy that I finally picked this book back up, because I think I can actually read it now. But this is the 2nd book in his quest to go to college. It actually goes back in time a little bit. So this book I think is in between the Lost Hero series. I think it's at the end of that series when he's kind of going to college and he needs recommendations to go to college, and he's kind of having mini adventures with Annabeth and Grover. Grover is always a side character. They have a lot of fun side characters in this series. That is why I picked this endearing side characters. And he's basically gonna pet sit for a week, and his friends are there to help him. So I'm about 28 pages into this, which I'm really liking. And then I also got up to 25% in A Murder at the Mansion by Ellie Alexander. I really do think a leg is going to drop. I hope it happens before I leave for work tomorrow morning so I can pick a book. And I might pick one of these as a backup book, if I can read it anyway. But This is the third book in this series. I am reading it physically, which I don't normally do, but I have been listening to Ellie Alexandra, like reading them and then listening to them later. But this is, she's dealing with a murder mystery set in like a mansion, and it's a very, very elevated lifestyle. And she's kind of come on as a private investigator because a rich woman has gone missing, and then a murder happens as she's hunting for this young woman. And I'm about 25% into this book. I really would like to keep reading, so that is the plan. But yeah, that's where we are. I'm also watching The Rookie, and yeah, I probably should have listened to a little more of this, but it was really, really hot and I didn't want to go for a bike ride. So yeah, we're gonna see if leg 5 drops, I will give you guys an update. If not, I will just kind of keep reading these books until the new leg drops, and we'll see if I can count them. Sometimes I can. Mental health wrap, I'm thinking of the next prompts. 2 point of views would not work for either of these. Mental health wrap would not. There is a building on this book, so there is a building on this which might work, and then I don't remember the other prompts. So yeah, that is where we are. So I will talk to you guys when I have an update for you, hopefully soon. Bye, book friends. Dragons, I knew we were gonna get a prompt drop, and we did. So unfortunately, as much as I was loving Wrath of the Triple Goddess, I did have to put it down. This is going to be the first book I do pick up, though, because I was really enjoying it. And as for Monday, we didn't get a lot of reading done, but the new prompt is Isolated Setting, which I'm going to just keep reading My Murder at the Mansion by Ellie Alexander. I will attach a photo of that book here. Make the argument that it's an isolated setting because the murder took place at like isolated mansion, and there's a lot of like crevices trying to find our character that's missing, and there's a murder that happened. I'm gonna probably use my power up card, but I am liking that. I'm about 50% into that book, and I'm happy that I chose to keep reading that. But then I wound up picking up an audiobook, The Shippers by Catherine Center. I will attach a photo of that book. That was the book that was on my TBR. I did get the audio from Book of the Month. The one thing I hate about Book of the Month is that sometimes it doesn't keep you in the book, so you have to keep going back and forth. So I have to like make a note on my phone like where the story is, like in the story I'm in case it gets put back, because sometimes that does happen. But I will touch a photo of that book here. All of Catherine Center's like contemporary romancy books, and this one is very, very fun. You have a main character. She starts the story at her wedding, and her former best friend shows up and kind of convinces her not to marry this guy. And she is basically, she has like a issue with like relationships, and her sister's getting married, their relationship is like their honeymoon's like on like a cruise, and the whole family's coming, and she and her sister is like, hey, if you try to get over your your issues with intimacy, like a theory is you have to like, basically you're still imprinted on the guy that you first kissed, and they're gonna be on the cruise together. But also her best friend is gonna be that they convinced her to break up her first wedding. And that's all that I read. I read a couple of, probably about 25% if I had to guess. So I am reading that. I am liking that. I really want to go finish my book, but like today was a day. If you are a middle school teacher or a teacher at all and you're still teaching, you have my deepest sympathies. It's rough out there. But I did wind up getting my adult fantasy. So I got Strange Familiar by Kiss a Cow. And I'm really liking this beautiful cover. It's stunning. So yeah, that is my plan right now. I'm gonna go read a little bit more. I'm at 50% in my murder mystery book. There's a lot more stuff that has happened. We are also getting a pretty big element of the overall mystery of this series. The first mystery of this series that we had, like the first series was about trying to solve the murder of the main character's her best friend. There was a murder, and there was a pretty big like a mystery in this one. I don't know if I want to give it away, but there's like a big overall mystery that we're getting a little bit about, and I am liking that quite a bit. I would love to get to 75% today, but we will see. But I will give you guys an update tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, bye, friends. Hi, chickens. I'm back. I just want to do a quick reading update. I don't know how far along I'm into The Shippers by Catherine Center, but I am really, really liking this book. I think I'm probably not going to buy a lot of books on Book of the Month anymore because their audio player is very hard to like listen to, or if I am going to listen to a book, it has to be like pretty much like in a weekend, so I keep my place. But I am liking this. I like all of Catherine Center's writing. Her writing is very, very witty and very, very funny. This main character kind of got, you know, she kind of ended her marriage, and she decided to not get married. Her best friend was there, convinced her not to get married. She's on this cruise ship with him, and her goal was to kind of basically, you know, date or like be with the guy she first kissed. And there is a lot of fun, hilarity, and hijinks on this trip. It's just very, very fun. I'm really like enjoying it. I literally read the same part like 3 different times today. Today was also Tuesday, so today was like one of my last Tuesdays. Like I have one more Tuesday where we're there, that I got like a lot of stuff done. Like I went through all my filing cabinets. I've been teaching almost 8 years, and so much has changed in 8 years of teaching, like curriculum wise. So I've had like a lot of things that I had to like get rid of and like dump, and like handouts that I don't think are going to work anymore. Especially with like using Teacher Pay Teachers and a lot of new resources and stuff like that. So there's just a lot of stuff that I'm getting rid of. And not also, I got up to 80% in Murder at the Mansion, which I will attach a photo of both of those books here. If I haven't, I probably should have. Percent into that book as well, and I'm really, really liking that. I'm really happy that I picked a cozy mystery because I think it's probably all my brain could like handle right now, but I am enjoying that one quite a bit as well. We're kind of getting to the nitty-gritty. I'm like 80% in, so I'm going to kind of finish down and just kind of read that through and kind of see how far I could get. I would love to finish Love Hater, like the shippers first, but we will see. I keep saying the Love Haters because that was the book before this that she wrote, but I am liking it. So yeah, that's where we are. One of these is going to be my 100 book of the year, and it's either going to be a 5-star read or a 4-star read, so we will see. But I am really enjoying both of them, so I will come back tomorrow with an update. Hopefully I will have finished one or both by tomorrow, and we can move on to some sightseeing. But I will talk to you guys soon. Bye bye, friends. Hey dragons, I am back. I did want to say that I did wind up finishing actually I finished both my books, but I finished them sort of out of order. So officially my 100th book of the year was Murder at the Mansion, I think. I will attach a photo of that book here. I finished it late last night. 4 stars. I had a super fun time with it. I really enjoyed it. I really, really do like the series. The one thing I like about this Ellie Alexandra series, which is a little bit different from her other series that she writes, is this is like a self-contained series. So like every series has individual mysteries, and then there's like kind of like an overall overarching mystery that is in this mini series. Like the first one was her trying to solve the death of her best friend. This one is trying to uncover the identity of one of the characters. Like, is he who he thinks he is? And I'm really liking this. This one was super fun. Sometimes when you read this, you have to get adjusted to a new cast, and for some reason the characters in this really, really stuck in my head. Maybe because I was physically reading it, which I don't often do. I normally listen to my mysteries and thrillers, but I did have a fun time with that. I gave it 4 stars. And then this morning I finished The Shippers by Catherine Center. I will attach a photo of that book here. Book. I gave that book 5 stars. I actually would probably re-listen to that book again because for some reason my Book of the Month audiobook app has been having a lot of issues. Like all of my technology this week has, like my phone, my Oura Ring, everything. So like in my phone, so everything's been having a lot of issues this week, and it kept like kicking me out, and I kept like having to go listen to sections like over again, and I couldn't remember what chapter I was on. So this happened like a couple of times. I don't honestly love listening on the Book of the Month app, but I definitely like it because then I can use a credit and get audiobooks, but it's not my favorite platform to listen to books on. So I did that, and then last night I rolled again for a book, and I got a mystery, so I decided to pick up The Pumpkin Vice Cafe by Ellie Alexandra, which is back in her Meet Your Baker series. So I'll attach a photo of that book here. 10% of that. And then because I finished it and I had a little bit of time left today, I wound up listening to a little bit more of Richard Rick Riordan, Percy Jackson, and Lupien's Wrath of the Triple Goddess. I am unsure if this is going to be the book I stick with, but we are going to roll again and see. I really doubt that I'm going to finish reading these, but I always have to be reading something. Like I'm pretty sure a leg's going to drop like today or tomorrow. but I would like to focus in on this. So right now I'm on mystery. So let's roll again and see where we wound up. Oh my god, a 1. A 1? Okay, that was easy. That's a 1. I can go one of two ways. Okay, read a book with a bug on the cover. No bug. Okay. Or read a book with less than 1,000 ratings on Goodreads. This definitely does not have less than 1,000. I know that. So, all right. Let me go find. There's probably a couple I can read. Okay. Let me go investigate. This is probably, I can look. This would probably not count, but let me go look and then I'll figure out what audiobook I'm going to read. I think I'm going to pick up The Uninvited Corpse by Deborah Sennefaller. It has 924 reviews, but when I'm going to start this tomorrow, I don't think it will gain many more. And if it is, it's still probably a pretty lowly rated cozy, so I'm going to add the photo of that book here. Reading The Pumpkin Vice Cafe book by Ali Alexander. I'm going to read this. It could be a cozy mystery weekend. And if I'm wrong, if I'm right and a leg does drop, I will be sure to update you if I have to switch books. But this would be the book I'd want to go back to. Again, I'm going to have to like backtrack a little bit. Let me see. What chapter did I get up to? I got up to 8. So I would probably go back to
6. Raw chicken carcasses and
yeah, I would probably go back.
Turns out I am salmon flavored.
So yeah, I would probably go back to chapter 4, which is where I was at, and just kind of read this on the side. I do have a trip coming up, so I may pick this book up or see if it works for another one of my prompts. This book does have a building on the cover, so I could maybe count it for that prompt when I get to it. But I would just have to see what prompt is. So yeah, that is where we are. I will be up back tomorrow. This is like my Thursday, because tomorrow is the last day of the week, and then next week is the last week of school. So yeah, all right, I'll come back when I have updates for you. Hopefully they're successful. If you see me later tonight, it just means we have a prompt drop, but I don't know. I have to go read for 45 minutes too, so I also have to do that. So I'll be back when I have some updates for you. Bye, book friends. Hey dragons, I'm back. So it's Thursday, which is technically my Friday, because we have off tomorrow, because it's Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth, y'all. So I did wind up getting my fairy loot, and have heard some very weird things about this box, but I am very excited because one of these books I've already read. And I love the picture I saw of it. People were like complaining, but I really liked it. So this is, I'm going to show spoilers for the Fairy Loot adult and YA. YA will be for, this is Shadow Reaper. Oh my god. This book is pure stunning. I read this book. I really did enjoy it. I like loved it. So I'm really happy that I have a pretty edition that I can keep. Blue and green and purple is my favorite color combination. So I'm really excited for this. The real book is red, which is why probably so many people did not like it. But, you know, I'm really content with this caliber. And I already read it, which is great. So I could put it in my red books. That's not the book that had all the issues in it, though, I will say. The next book did. So I'm curious to see how I'm going to feel about it. It's a book that I was really excited for. It's a book that was on my anticipated book list. And it might be in a vlog upcoming in early July, so stay tuned for that. But it is, let me get it out so I can show it to you. Sorry, this paper does not come over. But it is The Unicorn Hunters by Catherine Arden. This book is so pretty. Oh my goodness. This book is just stunning. Yeah, oh my god, I'm so excited for this one, like so much. I know that, yeah, so I'm really excited for this one quite a bit. I really want to read this one like quickly, like I want to read this early in the summer, and I get ready by 1, which is awesome for me. So I was right, a prompt did drop right when I got home. So I read about maybe like 10% of the Pumpkin Vice Cafe, and then I put it, like today was like a busy day. We had a lot going on today, so I didn't read a ton of it, but I did wind up reading a little bit of it when I was, you know, commuting. And it was the Knicks parade today, which meant I had to stand on the train, so I didn't get to read sitting on. I probably would have read more, but I didn't get to sit, so I didn't wind up reading that. And then they dropped a new prompt, which is read a book with 2 point of views. None of the books I'm reading have 2 point of views currently, so like I'm in the middle of reading this, I'm in the middle of reading that. They don't have 2 point of views, so I'm gonna have to invent or like find a book that has 2 point of views. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna roll for a bonus prompt, and that will hopefully kind of lead me in a direction, I guess, for my books, because I would like them all to count. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna roll again because I've been getting ones like whenever I roll on the book. So okay, 3. Perfect. Okay, let's see where we are at. What does that say? We always have 2 options, because you can go both ways on these games. Okay, so let me see. Oh, a book of library. A book of library recommended. Oh, that's gonna be hard. Oh, or a hyped book. Okay. Well, oh, that means I probably can't. Okay. So a hyped book for audio and a hyped book for more than one point of view. Okay. Well, let me a hyped book. Okay. Let me go figure out a hype book that has 2 point of views. All right. Let me go find something and then we'll come back. Okay. A hyped book with 2 point of views. I'm going to read Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. I will attach a photo of that book here. I know what I'm going to read next. I don't know what physical book I'm going to tackle, but I'm going to have to go find something to read. I could read Bloodbound, because that does have 2 point of views. All right, let me go look to see like what I have in my collection, and then I'll come back and we'll chit chat about it. But yeah, all right, let me go find something to read and then we'll chit chat. Okay, I think I'm gonna read Immortal Rose by Alexandra Bracken. It has been a book that's been on my TBR. I did get the arc of it. I do want to read it. I might be getting a copy this weekend, so I may just get a copy regardless, but I want to add it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna read Immortal Rose by Alexandra Bracken. This is her adult debut. It is long, but it is 2 point of views, and yeah, I think I'm gonna start this one. There were a couple of other options, but I am also going to the city tomorrow with my friends, and I'd rather bring my Kobo than a book because I may do some book shopping. I'm also going to have to spend the weekend organizing my books, so that's going to be something that's going to have to happen as well. But I'll be back when I have an update for you, hopefully relatively soon, when I have an update about 25% into both of these books. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, book friends. Chickens, I'm back. So I did actually wind up completely derailing my TBR just a little bit. I was still struggling with the book that I was reading. Like, I was having a hard time focusing. So I decided to go back to a book I was in the middle of that did have more than one point of view, and it was Librarians and Libations. I will attach a photo of this book here. This for another leg before, and then I had to put the book down. I really did like this. I finished it actually. I was like 30% in. It was very, very quick. It was like 280 pages. I had a super fun time with it. This is the second book in this series, like a cozy fantasy series where 2 characters are kind of forced to deal with each other. This one had a wedding planner and the owner of the library. Hi, Cass. My puppy's over here. And the owner didn't want a party, and the party planner did. And then, sorry, she's barking at nothing. Are you barking at nothing? Sorry, she's here's me talking. Cassie, it's fine. Sorry. So that is where we are with that. But I finished that book, and then I wound up pausing. I took all the books off my bookshelf because I am going to ALA on Saturday. Cass, we don't balk. Sorry, you're gonna hear her barking and okay, shush, go, depart, leave, go tell mommy. Sorry, she's hears something and wants to go outside. I will take her outside, I promise. But yeah, so I did wind up taking all the books off my bookshelves. I wound up filming. I did a bunch of stuff, but I also went to the city with my friends, which I have a book haul to show you. Yes, I know I'm going to ALA. Yes, I should not be buying more books, but you know what? These are ones I don't think I'll see at ALA, so because they're already out. So I got Samantha Spick's Paranormal Wedding Planner by Alyssa Lynn. I got my, I think I showed this book already, but I got the Unicorn Hunters and a previous thing. I'm just putting this because I'm putting this on my bookshelf. Yeah, I really am excited for this one. And then I got Last Best Quest Ever by F.T. Lukens. I really am excited for this one as well. And then I got The Reimagining of Thornwood House, which is a cozy fantasy. I want to read so much cozy fantasy this summer. I'm like so excited. Then I did get a little bit of an impulse purchase. I got Dungeon Crawler Carl Volume 1 by Matt Dinneman. I don't know how I want to consume this series. I don't know if I want to physically read it, audiobook, or graphic novel, but now I have a ton of options. And then I also got The Someday Garden by Ashley Poston. I also got It Happened One Murder by Liz Lawson. And I also got Nobody's Quest by Alyssa Day. So those are the books that I got. I did wind up starting Fever Dream. I don't know how far I'm into that book. I think I'm like maybe like 8% in. So I have been enjoying that, but not enough to give you guys like a solid update. But I do want to roll for my next prompt. I am going to go to Hype Book because that's where Fever Dream is. And I want to pick a book. So yeah, this is where we're about to head into a very, very crazy week at work. I have to move my classroom or start prepping to move my classroom because I'm changing classrooms next year. I'm not really thrilled about it, but you know what? We do what we got to do. So I have to move my classroom next week, and it's going to be a lot of audiobook, maybe not a lot of physical reading. We will see, but let's see how many physical books I could get done this weekend. Ooh, okay. We have a 4. If I can remember, I'll add the leg graphic, but okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. A book with trees on the cover, or 1, 2, 3, or a book in a duology. Okay, a book with trees on the cover, I could definitely do. All right, let me go find a book with trees on the cover. I think that's where we're going to stay. And I will talk to you soon. 1, 2, yeah, okay, a book with trees. I could do that. All right, I'll be back. I think I'm going to read Scarlet and Ivy, The Lost Twin by Sophie Cleary. This is definitely an older book. When did this book even come out? 2015, so it's definitely an older book. I got this when I was in Ireland last year. I picked it up at a charity shop, and I'm gonna read it. It has trees on the cover. It also is a backlist title. It's been on my TBR for more than a year because I got it last year when I went to Ireland. And I also has white letters. This will give me a lot of bonus points. It also is super short. I will be running around today. I have to go to errands. I have to go to the chiropractor. I have to go get stuff for next week for my job. So I will be running around. I will be taking this. I am also going to go listen to Fever Dream when I do have time. I'm unsure if my mom's going to drop me off, but I am going to start reading this. I also started watching Sweet Magnolias last night, so I think I'm going to keep watching that. And yeah, but that is the plan. So I'm going to go read about 50 pages of this, and then I'll give you guys an update. Bye, book friends. Hi, book friends. I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. I am like 58% into Fever Dream. I will touch a photo of that book here. So to go get my nails done, which is what I got so far. I got my order for my packing cubes for school. Means I have that. We went shopping for the end of the year treats that I do for my kids. Very, very busy day. It's going to be a busy weekend, I think, overall. But that's where we are. Fever Dream, I'm like 58% into. I'm really, really liking that book quite a bit. It has a lot of elements that I'm liking. I never actually finished the first series. Like, I read Heartless, I read Flawless, and I never finished that series. So this is Theo's little sister in that series, who I've never read his book. But I am liking this. Bella's the main character. They kind of loosely know each other because their brothers are like rivals, and he kind of saved her from a potential sexual assault on Paige back when they were younger. But the brothers have like a weird dynamic, or like a very, very competitive dynamic. And now she's working on a TV set where he is the bachelor, and they're getting up to mischief. So I'm like 58% into that. I think I am going, I like did a lot of errands today, but I think tomorrow I have to like go and get like actual packing stuff. I have to get labels. I have to get some Sharpies, labeling stuff. I've never actually changed rooms, like knowing I was changing rooms. I've always changed rooms like last minute, like in September. So I do not know what they want from us. So I'm going to kind of come with a bunch of options. I like sent boxes to the school and a lot of other things. But I don't know what they're actually going to want from us. So I'm working on that for the next week. And then I wound up getting up to page 100 in Scarlet and Ivy, The Lost Twin by Sophie Cleverly. This is one of my Ireland books that I picked up. To be honest, I might try to find book 2 when I'm there, when I go to Scotland in the fall. Or in the summer. But you basically follow this character named Ivy, and she got separated from her twin sister. Her twin sister went to this elite boarding school. Her twin sister has died from the flu, or so she's been told. I'm still a little bit suspicious about that. But she gets a letter from the headmistress and says, hey, you have a spot at the school. Little does she know she has to pretend to be her twin, and she doesn't know what's happening. And her twin keeps leaving her secrets, like clues, like in various places. So she's kind of on a hunt. There's a little bit of animosity that her sister Scarlet was dealing with kids. There's a new kid that she's becoming close with. And yeah, I'm like 100 pages in. I'm really liking it. It's very, very lighthearted. And I have about 5 of these books that I would like to read before I head back. So I'm reading this. I'm reading Fever Dream. And yeah, I hope to read about 100 more pages today. So I'm probably going to read up to page 150 and give you another update. But it's just very, very lighthearted. It's fun. I picked this up because whenever I go traveling, I try to pick up a book in every single city that I went to. I think I got too much last time I went. But I think what I'm going to do this year is I'm only going to bring 1 physical book with me. And every physical book I read, I'm going to read them while I'm there, which I think will be kind of fun. And kind of have a little bit of diverse genres and bring my Kindle, of course. But yeah, I really like this. It's very, very cute. I'm happy that I picked it up. And this one, I forgot. I did read Max. Runaway Max I am going to keep because that I got in Dublin on my birthday. So I'm going to keep that, and I'm probably going to pick like 1 or 2 other ones to keep. But this one might get kept just because I like the cover. It has like a little dog on it. The headmaster does evil things to puppies, but, and she's like a taxidermist, but this cover's cute. So, all right, I'll be back when I have an update for you, hopefully soon. And I'll give you an update on Sweet Magnolias as well. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, book friends. Friends, I am back. It's about 5 o'clock. I don't have my iWatch on. But I did wind up getting up to chapter 25 in Scarlet and Ivy, The Lost Twin. This is like 232 pages into this book. I am really liking this book, like quite a bit. This is like was such a random find when I was in Ireland. I went to like a little like used bookstore. I'm really liking this book. I love books about twins, and basically this main character, she kind of got sent away to this academy where she's kind of pretending to be her twin sister. Her twin sister has died, or they're telling her she died. I'm still a little bit suspicious of that. And she's kind of uncovering her sister's life as she's pretending to be her. And she was told to do that by the headmistress of the school. And I'm really liking this. Like, I'm really enjoying it. I think it's like a 6-book series, but it's quite fun. It was published in 2015, so it's like a little bit older. It was like I think this book is set in like the 1800s, I think, but I'm having a fun time with it. I'm also watching Sweet Magnolias. So I'm going to go read like the last little bit of this. I think I have like 100 pages left, and I am going to give you guys one final update. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to see how long this vlog is, and then I'm probably going to wrap this part of the vlog up. I may just like tack on for Fever Dream at the end of this, and then kind of move on to the next vlog. Because I know next week it will be a bit before you guys get a vlog, or I may divide it into 2. I have to look for my camera this week. I have to pack, so I have to do a bunch of stuff, but I am really liking this. I'm happy that I picked this book up. So currently I have read 3 of my Ireland books, and I still have to read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ireland books. So we'll see if they get read. But yeah, so I'm enjoying this book. I really want to keep reading, because that's what I'm going to go do. I'm watching Sweet Magnolias. I'm catching up on booktube. I'm living my best life. So I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, book friends. Chickens, I am back. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up finishing The Lost Twin, Scarlet and Ivy, The Lost Twin. I am gonna give this book 5 stars because I love this book. I have had a really weird experience this year where I've been picking up things that like I thought I didn't like anymore. I love middle grade. I really do. I love YA fantasy. I love YA contemporary. And I've kind of been diverting from that a little bit, but this book was a 5-star for me. I really want to get the other books in the series. I think I am going to wait. I think I may try to read book 2 on my Kindle, but because I am traveling abroad and I found this at a charity shop when I was in Ireland, I'm going to see if I could find them when I'm traveling, because that would be kind of fun. But yeah, I love this book. This book was so fun. It like had twins, it had a school setting, had an isolated setting. This would have been a great book to read like throughout the Amazing Readathon because it would have worked for a lot of prompts. And I love twins. Twins are my favorite thing in a story. So I had a really, really fun time with this book. So I'm going to wrap up the physical reading for this vlog. But I gave this book 5 stars. I submitted it. And now you're going to see me finish Fever Dream. I'm like 60% into that book. I have to like run some errands tomorrow. I may have to start cleaning out my shed tomorrow and doing a bunch of like house things tomorrow. So I will give you guys updates on that tomorrow. I'm going to go to like yoga. I have to go to the store. I have to do a bunch of things. So I will take the audio book with me. But I am really, really liking that book quite a bit. It's like, you know, like kind of like what I was saying, like she's working on this, like on the show, and he's like the bachelor, and they have some steamy chemistry and they're connected. It makes me want to go back and read the other series by her, but I just have not had a moment to do that. So I'm gonna go start my next vlog. I will see you back here for the when I finish or make some more progress on Fever Dream, and we will wrap up this vlog. But I'm gonna go start my next vlog because your girl's gotta keep reading. All right, bye book friends. Hey chickens, I'm back. I'm actually here to wrap up this vlog. I did wind up finishing Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. I will have attached a photo, but just for safety's sake, I'll do it again. I like this book. I think this was like a fun read. It had a nice balance between second chance, but also very like hate to more dynamics because their families have a little bit of tension. I liked the reality show element, and I thought it was just a fun read. I do like series. I tend to not like book 1 as much because I feel like you get more into the characters as the series goes on. The character who's like is going to be competitive in the like Olympic world, I think I'm probably really gonna like her book because I do like the Olympics and I like horse riding. I hope that all these books are set on this ranch because it was a very, very fun setting. So yeah, this will be my last book for this vlog. We are heading into my last technical full week of Amazing Readathon. We have a little bit at the end of next week because it's the end of June, but I'll be home by then. So yeah, let me know in the comments what books you have read for the Amazing Readathon or what you've been reading for Tarotathon, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye bye friends.